Welcome back. On today's episode, we are going to get ourselves some gear upgrades and explore an Eden world. We'll try and explore the whole thing. When I say whole thing, I mean the surface. It would take forever to explore like the actual world. Just junking a bunch of this stuff we don't need at the moment. Alright, that's good enough for now. Gives us enough space to work with. We definitely need some weapons and things like that. Usually on top of these planets, see, like, this is another thing here too. Two things people don't realize about this structure is there's iridium hidden, first of all, in these little pockets here. Oops. Okay. I will demonstrate on the other side by not letting it drain out. There you go. Liquid iridium. So that unlocks a bit of crafting stuff. It's a rarer resource. And then on top of here are actually, and you wouldn't think it, but this bar on top is actually hydroponic tubing or aeroponic tubing. It like feeds plants. So when you start like your own little grow on a planet, having this is really nice. So like once tilled, these tubes transport a nutrient aerosol for growing plants within. So that's pretty sweet. It's like fertilizer. And then the rest of the stuff on here can be used for just building and things like that, so it's pretty handy. You do have to be careful on these planets. There's a bunch of settlers and things like that. Obviously this guy's not a bad settler or anything like that. But another interesting thing that people don't realize is, boop, now I have it. So if you want to start on another world and you want to have a bunch of these stores and stuff like that, you can just claim them on these worlds, which is super useful, like super useful. But yeah, there's other people that inhabit these planets, like bandits and shit like that. So you gotta be careful, because you'll come across their settlements, and depending on the tier of this planet, I don't know what tier it is. Once we find like a weapon or something like that, it'll be a bit easier to, yeah, so like here's one right here. So this staff actually is pretty sweet, in all honesty. It's got surprising range and like pretty decent damage for the most part. I suppose it's good too that its secondary is actually healing. Huh. That's pretty nice. Also, if you're wondering too, we're getting a bunch of these cadavers. We use them later for autopsy and stuff like that, and gaining points in, where is it here? Our metaphysics and everything like this, unlocking research stations and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, you'll see here we unlock the autopsy table, and that's what you use a lot of those corpses for, so hang on to them and save them, because they're actually really super useful. We'll just quickly look down here and see if there's a chest. Yeah, there is, so we'll go down, and it's up there. So we'll just kind of like plow through here real quick. See if we can yeah, okay, sweet. And then we'll just dirt block our way up. Doesn't really matter what you use at this point if you've got a lot of building material. We actually need to use quite a bit of it up. Save space. Oh yeah, so there's a guy in the tent here. Oh my god, you see how much damage his fucking shot just did to me? So this is a super high level planet. Like, this is probably tier 8 or some shit. These tents though are actually like a higher tier tent. They resist certain elements on other planets and things like that. You can craft them. They don't heal you any better, but I think things during storms and stuff like that, they're quite a bit better. I'll heal up to half and then eat a donut here. I wonder if it'll say... No, this one just says basic tent, so this isn't the ones I'm talking about. You'll see it'll say like advanced tent, you know, weather, whatever, things like that. But yeah, clearly this is like a dangerous planet, so we gotta be careful. Speaking of which, let's use our fucking magic. And hopefully not die. Yeah, the range on that is super nice. But yeah, always be careful of these sorts of enemies on these planets. Alright, let's find out what tier this planet is. Oh, really? Well, we gotta upgrade bow, but apparently it's saying that the tier here is like 4.6 or maybe around like 5 or something like that. Either way, we got backpedal 3, which is pretty sweet because our last one was backpedal 2. Does make a pretty big difference. I'll show you here. Be like, you can see like the distance we get on that. It's really nice. So that just helps us kind of traverse more. I thought this would be a lot higher. Like I said though, let's just try and ignore these, or not ignore them, but deal with them here in still kind of semi-safe way. I wonder how much the healing zone works or heals. It's actually pretty nice, honestly. That's pretty cool. There's another dude in the tent. Yeah, like that went all the way over there. That's pretty good. The other cool thing is you'll find a lot of structures on these planets that are really neat, like this here. Occasionally, yeah, you'll have like quest givers and stuff. We're not doing that. This is toxic, so I'm not going to... Yeah, you can see here I'm already radiated by being in it. That's probably iridium, yeah. I think spells are actually critable for that. I'm not really sure. I know, I just said I wasn't going to stand in this and then did. Let's see how good this healing is. Yeah, it's not too bad. Let's see if we can clear this whole area. pretty close. Yeah, that back pedal 3 is awesome. What kind of weird structure is this? Oh. Apparently it's a structure where there's stuff inside of it. You can see how useful that holding down Alt is, to highlight stuff that's hidden from your sight. Oh man. I didn't actually expect there to be anything in these boxes, so that's kind of nice. We didn't really get anything super good. That book's kind of cool. We'll have to look at that later. Oh, we did get a bag of random body parts and things like that. Again, that's for the autopsy table. So all that kind of stuff is sweet. We're going to end the episode here. We'll continue in a few seconds.